Hey babes, and welcome to a new series on my channel called Boss Babe Business Deep Dive. And in each episode, which is going to be one episode per month towards the end of the month, I am going to be deep diving into a specific industry that I think that the girlies should know about. These are either new and innovative or high revenue businesses. Welcome back to Feminine Financial Freedom, where we elevate our financial lives by working smarter, not harder, to fund our soft life. I'm Jazz Nicole, and we're going to jump right into it.
Money comes to me easily. Money comes to me fast.
So for episode 1, I want to deep dive into the big business of social media management. Before we get into what social media management is today, let's talk about how we got here. So reaching out to people via the internet all started with email, which began in 1971. Which really isn't that long ago if you really think about it. But that was our primary way of connecting to each other via the internet. And then came along the social media era, which began with Facebook in 2004. And today, in 2024, social media is not only changing the way that we connect with each other, it is changing the way that we make money. So today we have social media sites like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook is still around, LinkedIn, TikTok, and of course, YouTube. And each social media platform has its own unique twist and kind of vibe that goes along with it. And when you are a business in today's world, it is extremely important, whether you're just a local business or your business is online based, it is extremely important to tap into the social media market space. And for a business owner or a company in general, it can be very not only intimidating, but difficult to manage them consistently for a long period of time. That is where the need for social media management comes in. So a social media manager is someone that is responsible for planning, implementing, managing, and monitoring an organization or individual person's social media platform presence and strategy. Being a social media manager involves creating and engaging social media content to build someone's brand. So that means you have to not only be proficient in the platform, but you have to interact with the audience and stay on top of the latest trends and techniques and all the different updates that come about on each social media platform, which is a full-time job within itself. So a social media manager may work independently, or they may have a team of people that they have hired to specialize in certain roles in social media management. Why do brands need a social media manager? Well, social media management is needed for content creation, creating a social media strategy, analyzing social media data and analytics, growing an audience, brand consistency, even engaging with followers or responding to messages, scheduling posts, building brand awareness from social media, developing and tweaking conversion strategies, and staying on top of social trends. Today, in the United States, the average salary of a social media manager is over $70,000, and that's average. And you don't even need a degree to get into this field. I'm going to touch on how you can get into it the entrepreneurship way, but there are also a lot of different job platforms and job postings for social media managers. To succeed in social media management, it is crucial to understand what your client wants. So again, your client can be an individual person that's looking to expand their social media reach, or it can be an entire brand or company or incorporation. But you have to understand what your client is looking for, and you have to know if you're able to do that for them. If you have very limited knowledge in TikTok, maybe do not offer TikTok management as a service just yet. Because the thing about social media management, a lot of times brands are reaching out to a social media manager when they are ready to not only back their goals financially, but they are ready to see the growth. They are ready to see the numbers. Sometimes they can be a little impatient with, okay, I'm hiring you. I need to see this. I need to see that. And so you need to know what you can deliver and what you cannot. And you need to also give them a realistic time frame. So, how do you set up a social media management business? Focus on the essentials. Have a website with contact information, or have your social media. If you have a nice following on social media, use that as your portfolio. Hey, I built my own brand. You can also reach out to me to build your brand and have the contact information to reach out to you, direct and clear on your page. And consider specializing in a platform at first. Over time, you can hire out or you can expand your own knowledge so that you can handle multiple platforms. But if you know that you know Instagram like the back of your hand, try specializing in that and market yourself to brands and individuals that you are an Instagram expert. Now, you are going to have to invest in some tools to help you run your social media business. You're going to need a scheduling tool and an analytics tool. SocialBee has that all connected in one. SocialBee is what I use to manage my own personal brands, and it's also what I've used to manage another brand that I was working with in the past. SocialBee is great. They have different tiers for your plans depending on how many accounts you plan on connecting to it, but it's really good. I highly recommend it. This video is not sponsored by them. I will put SocialBee down below in the description box. Basically, you can take a look at all of the social media accounts on one page. You can look at all the analytics. You can create growth strategies. You can connect it to Canva. You can schedule all of your posts from SocialBee, which is extremely helpful when you're managing other people's content and your own, really, if you're building your own brand. So yeah, besides analytic and scheduling sites like SocialBee, you're going to need to invest in the pro version of Canva. If you don't already have that, you're going to need that. You might want to invest in some courses, okay? Make sure you have upgraded your storage space on your computer and on your phone. Hosting other people's content takes up a lot of storage space. And yeah, and just make sure that you are set up with all your plans and subscriptions to ensure that you can run someone else's social media efficiently without running into any issues. Now, another thing that goes into setting up your social media management business and knowing what to offer is to know your skills. Like really, really be honest with yourself on your skills. So I touched on this a little bit before, but I'm going to go more in depth. If you know Instagram like the back of your hand, hone in on Instagram and learn even more about Instagram. So again, there's some course links from Skillshare that I'll put down below that I recommend. So if you are really into it, get even more into it. You need to stay on top of the latest trends, the latest updates, the latest features, growth techniques, engagement techniques, settings, all of that. You need to fully know Instagram. If Pinterest is not your strong point, but you really want it to be because you know that that's an in-demand social media management space that people are not really tapping into, and you want to be able to offer that as a service to your clients, then learn all you need to know about Pinterest. Really dive deep, invest in these skills, invest in this knowledge. And the great thing about learning all you can learn about social media is that you can use this for your own brands as well if you're interested in growing your own brand. And next, if you really are serious about starting a social media management company, then you're going to need to hire people. You're going to need to outsource some of the tasks because you're not going to be able to do everything all on your own, especially if you want to take on multiple clients. So you can start out by hiring full-time if you have the resources and means to do so, or you can start off by freelancing some outsourced projects. So for example, team member number 1 is a graphic designer. So this can be someone that you work with consistently that you find on Upwork or Fiverr, or maybe even in person. Team member number 2 can be someone that is like your virtual assistant. So this could be an all-encompassing person, but this person helps you with creating social media strategy. They maybe may do the data entry work when it comes to making sure the posts go out on time, finding the captions, finding SEO hashtags, editing emails for an email list. So this could be someone that is really just doing some of the, I guess, mundane everyday work. And then maybe your third team member can be an editor. Nowadays, video content is king, not just on YouTube, but on all social media platforms. So you're going to need an editor on your team if you don't plan on doing the editing yourself. You're going to need editors for your short-term content, like your TikToks and your Reels, and Pinterest also has videos as well. And you're going to also need an editor for your YouTube content. So having an editor on your team, that's probably going to be a non-negotiable for a lot of people when you are serious about starting a social media management company. You can get a lot more done when you hire an editor on your team. All right, so you know what you're going to offer to your clients, you sharpened up your skills, and you've gotten your team together. Now it's time to get these clients. So you can go about it by cold pitching via social media. Just reaching out to brands that their social media looks okay, but you can kind of tell just from a trained eye that they probably don't have a social media manager. Reaching out to them via DM, via comments. This is cold pitching, reaching out to their email if they have that available as a contact for them. Let me tell you something about cold pitching. Cold pitching works for those it needs to work for. It's not going to work for everybody because not everybody needs what you're selling them. They didn't reach out to you, you're reaching out to them. But when someone is looking for something and you have reached out to them, they are very likely to go with you because you have just made their life a lot easier by coming to them. Short side note, 2 weeks ago, it was heavy on my mind. I was going to sleep thinking about this thought about, dang, I think I might need a short form editor on my team. And this is something that I have been dragging my feet about. I didn't even know where to start. I was kind of dreading the process of looking for an editor, to be honest. About 3 days later, after this being heavy on my mind, an editor who specializes in short form content reached out to me via Instagram. Was super nice, super professional. I've never heard of him. He just reached out to me randomly and offered his services to me. Now, I would use him and I would hire him before anybody else because he came to me and he came to me when I needed him. So when you are cold pitching, when it's a match, it's going to be a match. So do not get discouraged. Cold pitching, you have to have thick skin and not let the door closing on you, so to speak, get you down because that's the nature of it. But you are going to knock on the right person's door. And once you find your clients, you can have clients for a long period of time because once someone gets comfortable with a brand manager and they like what you're doing for them and you guys also have your own workflow going on, your own aesthetic going on, people are going to want to keep you on their team. They're not going to want to rehire someone to replace you and then also just trust that they're going to do it just like you or run the risk of their social media looking different by hiring somebody else. Hey, entrepreneurs, does the thought of dealing with your finances as far as accounting, budgeting, keeping up with tax information give you so much anxiety because there's so much that goes into entrepreneur finances? Then I have the perfect thing for you. It's time to simplify your financial life with my all-in-one financial spreadsheet. My money management spreadsheet is available for download and compatible with Google Sheets. Right now, it is only $11 to download, and what you get with this spreadsheet is going to bring order to the financial chaos that comes with multiple sources of income and being an entrepreneur. From income tracking to expense categorization, this spreadsheet does it all. And my spreadsheet is set up super simple and easy. Everything is on one page, so you don't have to scroll through a bunch of things. You will have a section for your monthly income, your monthly expenses, your bills, your business expenses, your monthly splurges, your monthly debt payment, your monthly savings, your monthly subscriptions, and your monthly investments. So I have really covered it all on this one spreadsheet. So if you're ready to simplify the complexities of juggling multiple sources of income, then download my spreadsheet today. The link is down below. Now, when it comes down to how many clients you should be looking to land, this is going to depend on your personal capacity. How many hours a week do you want to work? This is going to take some time and practice to understand not only how many hours you want to work, but how many hours it takes you to do these tasks. Because it's one thing to work on social media for yourself or for a brand that you are regularly working for, but new brands, there's going to be a learning curve, and you're going to have to understand that each project may take a little bit longer, especially in the beginning. So knowing how many hours you want to work and don't want to work is going to come in handy when it comes down to how many clients you can take on and also what to charge for your packages. So speaking of packages, simplify your offerings. Do not make it super complicated and also make it very easy for people to understand what they're getting when they book with you. And don't hesitate offering a call to kind of customize a package for a client. Let's say that the package that you want to offer to a client is that for that brand, you will manage one Instagram account and one Facebook account. You will post 5 times per week on both of those accounts. So if you know that to curate, develop all the strategy, all of the editing, and all the things that go into creating and posting 5 times a week, you can put out 5 pieces of content without spending more than an hour and a half per day. That's 7.5 hours per week. So back to the pricing. For this package, let's say that you wanted to offer $750 for the package. Well, if you're going to be working 1.5 hours per day, 5 days a week, that's 7.5 hours per week, which is 30 hours per month. So if you take that $750 that they are going to pay you for the month and divide that by the 30 hours you're going to spend working on that brand for the month, that is only $25 per hour that you are paying yourself with that package price. So it's good to break it down like that, to know that that is very low end, and that is lower than the national average. So you need to up your price. So let's say you up it to $1,200 per month for the package. Again, the package is managing a brand's Instagram and Facebook account, posting 5 times per week on each platform. You're working no more than 30 hours per month on this brand, but now you're charging $1,200 per month. So $1,200 divided by the 30 hours you spend is $40 an hour. And only working an hour and a half per day, 5 days a week, you can definitely handle that on your own. You would not need to outsource. Now let's talk about how we can scale this into a big business. Diving deeper into the numbers, using the same example with the same package, $1,200 a month to manage a brand's Facebook and Instagram account. As a team of 1, you can probably handle 2 contracts. So 2 contracts would be 2 different brands paying you $1,200 each. That's $2,400 a month with you working 3 hours per day, 5 days a week on your social media management business. Another way you can scale this is to get 2 additional members on your team. So this way you can handle 4 contracts, okay? So say the 2 additional members are a virtual assistant and a video editor. Now you can handle 4 contracts. You have 4 people paying you the $1,200 package. That's $4,800 a month. And now that is what you are going to be getting paid minus your team member's salary or freelance charges. And another way you can scale this is to completely outsource pretty much every part of your business. And basically you are just the face of the business, and maybe you are the overhead strategist of the business, but all the tasks, all the daily hourly work is outsourced. So let's say you have a completely outsourced team, a team of 4 individuals that are specializing in different roles for your social media management business. This way you can handle 10 contracts. So you have 10 brands paying you $1,200 a month to manage their Facebook and Instagram pages. That's $12,000 per month minus the freelance fees and or salaries of your outsourced team members. So as you can see, you can scale this into a 6-figure business pretty easily, but you will need to outsource. You cannot do this all on your own. Do not try to. You will overwork yourself. All right, so you have your package prices. You know how you're going to reach out to clients. You know how you're going to get them. And you also know how you're going to scale your business. Now you just have to seal the deal, create the contract, set up your invoice software, set up how they're going to pay you. That's pretty much what goes into being a social media manager. There's going to be ongoing learning and growth and tweaks and curves that you're going to have to handle when dealing with clients and dealing with social media platforms in general, but that is something that you're going to learn as you go. You're not going to know everything before you start, so don't get discouraged with not knowing everything, especially when things are constantly changing, but practice makes progress, and you have to start somewhere. So in conclusion, embarking on this social media management journey can be extremely lucrative. Social media is only getting bigger and bigger, and people need more and more help managing it. So I hope this video served as some inspiration or gave you some brainstorming ideas if this is a field that you're looking to get into. You can start this off as a side hustle, and if you really like it, you can scale it into a full 6-figure business. The choice is really up to you. I'm glad that I was able to bring this lucrative money-making opportunity to you guys in this first episode of Boss Babe Business. If you found value in this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel, Feminine Financial Freedom, for more videos like this, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Money comes to me fast. Money loves my company. When money comes, it lasts.